Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top suggestions for waking up early, like really early, and doing it consistently and actually eventually enjoying doing it. So I definitely don't consider myself a morning person. My entire life, my mom had to drag me out of bed. I think I was late for school every single day of my entire school career. And because I'm an introvert, I love being in bed where it's cozy and I'm by myself, and so this is my favorite place to be. Just know that these suggestions are coming from someone who is not a morning person. I do not consider myself somebody who actually loves to jump out of bed in the morning, but I have been getting up at 4 a.m. for a year and at least 5 a.m. for quite a few years before that. Just keep that in mind when you're hearing these suggestions, because I promise that even if you're somebody who hates waking up in the morning, you can definitely do it if it's something you want to do, and these suggestions will help you get there. Okay, so before we jump in, I just want to say one more thing. Pay attention to number 5 when I describe the tips, because it's something that I had never even heard of before, and then when I learned about it and started to implement it, it was totally life-changing. And so I'm just wondering if you guys have heard of this or if you already do this. So once you hear what number 5 is, let me know in the comments if you've heard of it and what you think. Okay, so let's jump into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to review your big vision every day. I talked about having a big vision in one of my other videos that I'll link to in the description below, but basically your big vision is your reason to get up in the morning. It's the compelling future that you've mapped out for yourself that helps you stay motivated and ultimately will help you wake up early in the morning, really excited for whatever it is that you have going on that day. Your big vision is so important because it's going to help you create your goals and your daily tasks that you're going to wake up and do every day, and it's going to keep you moving towards the future that you want to create for yourself. I find it hard sometimes to stay motivated in the middle of the day when the girls need me and I'm a little bit behind with work and I feel like there's so many things going on, and I kind of just sit there and think, why am I doing this? Why am I putting all of this effort into something that is sometimes stressing me out? And then I look at my big vision and I'm reminded why I'm doing it, and immediately all of the feelings of stress just go away, and I'm able to focus on the task at hand and really look at every day as a mini victory. Okay, I've got these things going on today and I can't wait to get up and do them, and if I do all of the things that are on my list that are really important, I know that I'm moving towards my big vision. The next tip is to plan your next day the night before. I find that planning my next day the night before helps me stay focused on what's most important the next day, but it also reduces any anxiety that I have when I'm laying in bed, because I know that everything that I have to do the next day is in my notebook, and if there's something in my head that I just can't stop thinking about, then I'll just get out of bed and I'll add it to my notebook, so that I'm not there making mental notes, laying awake for 3 hours, thinking about all the things that I think I have to do the next day. And obviously being able to fall asleep is just as important as going to bed early when you know that you have to wake up at a certain time the next day. So if you've got your alarm set early, then the amount of time it takes you to go to sleep is coming out of the amount of time you actually get to sleep. Being able to fall asleep when you want to fall asleep is really important when you plan to wake up early. The next tip is to set yourself up for success the night before. So there's 3 things that I set up the night before that I suggest you try if you're wanting to wake up early. One thing that I do is I prepare my morning drinks. So I have water that has lemon and pink salt. I have it sitting by my bed, and it's the first thing that I drink in the morning. Having lemon water tells your body, hey, it's time to get up. So it's a really great thing to do first thing in the morning when you wake up. I also prepare my coffee, so I get the beans and the grinder and the French press and everything that I need to make my coffee, and I put it to the side and I have it ready so that when I wake up in the morning I can just shuffle over to it and make my coffee. I also pick out my outfit the night before. I lay it out either in my room or in the bathroom, and so I know, okay, this is what I'm wearing tomorrow. If I don't do this, I'm most likely going to wear the same sweater days in a row, and if there's any other INTJs out there, you will know what I mean. For most people, whether or not you are like me and most likely to just like wear the same sweater every day, having your outfit picked out is going to save you a ton of time, because I'm not sure why, but when we pick out our outfit the night before, we tend to make a quick decision about what we're going to wear, but when you do it in the morning, there's all the pressure of that day and you just have a hard time deciding. So get your outfit ready to go so you just don't have to think about it in the morning. I also make sure that I know everything that I'm going to eat that day. Even though I do do all my meal prep on Sundays, oftentimes by the end of the week, there's not much food left, and if it's not prepared, I'll probably just skip that meal. Obviously, eating is really important because if you want to wake up early and feel good, you need to have all of the nutrition that you require. And so preparing your meals either on the weekend or at least the night before will make sure that you get all the food that you need. You're going to feel really great, and it's just really important part of a balanced life. So the next step is to go to bed at the same time every night. For this to work, you really have to do a couple of different things. The first is be realistic. If you want to go to bed at 9 p.m. every night, then make sure you write out, okay, what do I need to do by 9 p.m. every night, and work backwards. So if you have to get home, go to the gym, make dinner, get your kids to bed, how long does that take you, and when will each thing need to start and finish in order for you to actually get to bed at 9 p.m. Once you map everything out, you might need to rearrange the way you do things. Maybe you start going to the gym in the morning if timing-wise it just doesn't work. But the best way to stay on track with the things you need to actually get done in the evening before you go to bed is to map out what time they need to happen so that you know while you're doing them whether or not you're on track to actually go to bed at that same time. I know this one was a bit hard for me because when people invite you out to things like dinner at 7:30 p.m., which seems normal and fine, you really can't go because if you go, you're not going to get home in time for when you need to go to bed. And obviously you need to live your life, but if you ask people, hey, can we meet a little bit earlier? I'm really going to bed earlier now. Over time, people will just start to invite you to things and plan them a little bit earlier. And this way you can actually go and then also get home on time. So this one kind of leads me into the second thing you need to do in order to make this work, which is involve the people around you. They need to know what your new schedule is so that they can be on board with it and help you. When I change my schedule, even a little bit, I tell my husband because probably something that he does throughout his day is going to be affected by this change in my schedule. So get everybody involved. People want to support you, and that way people will stop inviting you out for dinner at 7:30 and 8 p.m. because they know you go to bed early. So the next tip that I have for you is the one that I had never heard of before. My husband actually showed it to me about a month ago, and it's been a total game changer. What it is it's an app. And this app basically monitors your sleep cycles, and then it wakes you up at the best time within your sleep cycle. You set your phone for a 30-minute slot, so from 4 till 4:30 a.m., and your phone will wake you up at the best time within that cycle. Basically, you know that feeling when you wake up 2 minutes before your alarm and you feel amazing and you think, I wish I could just wake up like this every single day? That's what this app helps you to do. The only catch is that you have to set it for a 30-minute slot. So if you want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, then you're going to set it from 4:30 to 5. So there might be some days that you wake up a half an hour earlier. So just take that into consideration with when you choose to go to bed. Okay, so the second to last tip is to create a morning routine that you love. Think about adding one thing to your morning routine that you love doing, but you just can't seem to find the time to do in your normal everyday life. For me, it's reading a book. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but reading a book is something that I just really don't have time for during the day. I don't do it every day, but oftentimes in the morning, I will spend some time reading, and this just gets me really excited to wake up in the morning because I feel like it's this special time that I can do whatever I want. Your thing might be different. You could wake up and go for a run, go to the gym, do a 20-minute yoga routine, meditate, or just take some time to look out the window and relax and just be with yourself. Whatever it is that you love to do, try and add one thing that you never can seem to have time for into your morning routine. It'll just really help you be excited to wake up every morning. If you continue to do this, your body will subconsciously associate the mornings with happiness. And so you won't even have to try to get excited to wake up. You will actually be so excited to wake up every morning. If you're not there yet, I know it sounds totally crazy, but trust me, because after I started doing this for many, many months, now at around 7 or 8 p.m. every night, I get so excited to go wash my face and get into bed because I can't wait for it to be morning. And trust me, it was not always like this. Okay, so the last tip is to be consistent with your bedtime and your wake up time, even on the weekends. I usually sleep about an hour later on the weekends, but I try not to push it longer than that because it's not really worth ruining what I have going on during the week just to sleep in an extra 2 or 3 hours on the weekend. Your body likes routine, and so it's gonna feel a little bit bugged if you are doing something different on the weekends when it's used to doing something all week during the week. Giving your body the predictable routine is gonna make it way easier to create the habit. You're gonna start waking up early feeling really, really good. It's not gonna be as hard anymore, I promise. And you're eventually gonna learn to absolutely love it. So those are my 7 tips to learning to wake up early and then actually, over time, eventually, I promise, learning to love it. If you have any other tips, then please leave them in the comments below. I love learning from you guys. Like with starting anything new, it's always a little bit hard when you get started, but over time, if you just repeat the actions, they'll become habits and you'll learn to enjoy the entire process. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it below. It helps other people find the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to stay and subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for spending your time with me again, and I'll see you guys all in next week's video.